Well, I'm going to meet up with a couple of my friends from the Pennsylvania Kayak Fishing Association, see if we can get on some smallmouth or muskie or walleye. It's been a really kind of screwy year up here in the North Branch so far this year. Every time you turn around, the river's rising. It's super muddy. We're expecting the same thing today. The river's supposed to be on the rise again. Last weekend, if you saw the piece from the Susquehanna PKFA Susquehanna Slamma, you notice that overnight the river rose like 5 or 6 feet. Well, it dropped back down, but while we're out on the water today, it's supposed to rise back up a couple more feet. So let's see if we can get any action, if it's not too fast or swift or muddy or anything like that. But I don't know, it's been a while since I actually had much luck with the North Branch and clear water. So let's see how we do this time. So we've been out now for about an hour, if that. Most of that time was spent paddling upstream to get to a little bit of a current break. The water, as you see here behind me, is really muddy. It's probably only about 3 inches of visibility right here. Not a lot of activity. Did see a eagle and a couple little fish jumping here and there, but I had one strike. Mainly right now I'm using some darker colored, small, fat crankbaits. And some spinnerbaits, some black spinnerbaits that I've been using mostly all this year in all this nasty muddy water. Let's see if we can get on any, but as of now, just 2 bites. Nothing to talk about yet. Now for about 2 hours. I got a call a little while ago from my buddy Brian Swingle at 5 Mountain Outfitters. He had heard that they were actually catching a little bit upstream here. A lot of smallies trolling around with crankbaits. Well, if you noticed, I had already put on a black spinnerbait with not much luck on it, and I had a Storm Arashi on my other one. It's a square bill, it's a self-riding, right out of the package. This thing will always run true. This thing, once I threw it on my second cast, I caught a fish, and now I'm catching them maybe every 5 casts. I'm catching one. Only one's had some decent size on it, but I'm catching them now. So definitely the pattern now in this dark stained water is a crankbait. And again, it's this one here, the square billed Storm Arashi. About another hour, still catching a few fish here and there, but I lost my lucky Storm Arashi, so I've gone to an old bomber baby bass kind of pattern. It's not as dark. All my darker cranks are actually in my car. Fish right there, let's go get them. Just got off the water. We didn't spend a whole lot of time out there. The river was moving really fast. Clarity still, I don't know, maybe 3 inches now, not much. Everything I actually boated was on a crankbait. That Storm Arashi that I was really doing well with, well, if anybody wants to go look for it, it's about 6 feet underwater somewhere about a mile that way. After I left that, I went with another, like a bomber that I've actually used quite a bit on the stretch of the river and had pretty good luck on it, but it was a lighter color, no action at all on that. My black spinnerbait that's been really my go-to lure this year has some really big hits on it. Some things pulled the skirt down on it, but it didn't boat anything. So everything, probably about 8 fish probably total for me. All of them were on that Arashi, and we're really around current breaks, fairly close to the shoreline though. But we just got off the water. It was a tough day. Not many other fish other than mine were caught, but we're bored. We're gonna drive basically just around the corner here and go to 5 Mountain Outfitters and hang out with Brian and Dan. What else?
Fishyaker.com, the original kayak rigging video series.